Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Perkenalkan, nama saya Yeti SSM Hum. Saya merupakan dosen program studi pendidikan bahasa Inggris di Universitas Khairun. Pada hari ini saya akan menyampaikan tentang teknik pengajaran saya dengan menggunakan metode DIA, yaitu Delivery, Interaction, dan Assessment. Dalam kesempatan ini, saya akan menjelaskan salah satu mata kuliah saya dalam pengajaran yang berbobot 2 SKS, yaitu mata kuliah English Morphology yang biasanya dipelajari di semester ganjil. Adapun capaian pembelajaran mata kuliah ini adalah mampu menunjukkan sikap bertanggung jawab atas pekerjaan di bidang keahliannya secara mandiri, mampu menjelaskan dengan baik konsep dasar English Morphology, mampu menganalisis struktur kata bahasa Inggris, dan yang terakhir, mampu menyusun kosakata atau vocabulary bahasa Inggris sebagai pondasi dasar untuk menguasai grammar dan 4 skills, yaitu listening, speaking, reading, dan writing dalam pembelajaran bahasa Inggris sesuai dengan metode dan kaidah kebahasaan. Selanjutnya, deskripsi mata kuliah English Morphology ini adalah mata kuliah English Morphology merupakan salah satu mata kuliah yang bertujuan membekali mahasiswa pendidikan bahasa Inggris dengan pengetahuan tentang konsep dasar English Morphology dan mampu menganalisis struktur kata bahasa Inggris. Kemampuan yang diharapkan setelah mempelajari mata kuliah English Morphology adalah mahasiswa mampu menjelaskan konsep dasar English Morphology dan ruang lingkupnya dalam ranah linguistik. Mahasiswa mampu membedakan konsep leksim dan word. Mahasiswa mampu menjelaskan konsep morpheme as a part of word. Mahasiswa mampu menentukan roots, base, stems, and affixes. Mahasiswa mampu mengklasifikasi free morpheme dan bound morpheme. Mahasiswa mampu menganalisis proses pembentukan kata dengan affixation. Mahasiswa mampu menganalisis proses pembentukan kata secara inflectional dan derivational. Mahasiswa mampu mendeteksi kata yang termasuk dalam words formation proses lainnya. Dan yang terakhir, mahasiswa mampu menganalisis struktur kata dan kategorinya berdasarkan proses pembentukan kata. Materi pembelajaran pada mata kuliah English Morphology adalah Morphology and its scope, lexeme and word, morph, morpheme and allomorph, roots, bases and affixes, free morpheme and bound morpheme, affixation, inflection and derivation, words formation, word and its structure, dan yang terakhir adalah vocabulary. Adapun strategi dalam penyampaian materi serta proses pembelajaran menggunakan beberapa metode seperti metode ceramah, diskusi, discovery learning, case method, team-based project, dan diskusi kelompok. Kemudian, mahasiswa akan diberikan tugas baik secara individu maupun berkelompok serta pemberian kuis yang dapat didiskusikan agar mahasiswa lebih semangat dan semakin termotivasi dalam mempelajari materi pembelajaran. Bentuk interaksi lain juga dengan menggunakan WhatsApp grup kelas untuk diskusi kelas terkait kendala-kendala selama proses perkuliahan. Terkait pelaksanaan asesmen dalam pembelajaran, dalam proses cara saya melakukan evaluasi penilaian terhadap mahasiswa, yaitu di awal pertemuan, saya menjelaskan bobot penilaian dari mata kuliah yang terdiri dari aktivitas partisipatif serta kehadiran 20%, hasil proyek 30%, tugas dan kuis 10%, ujian tengah semester 10%, ujian akhir semester 30% dengan total jumlah 100%. Untuk sistem perkuliahannya dilaksanakan secara luring maupun daring. Untuk perkuliahan daring dilaksanakan melalui virtual class Universitas Khairun. Selanjutnya, saya akan menampilkan proses pengajaran yang saya lakukan pada mata kuliah English Morphology di kelas. Dalam video pengajaran terdiri dari 3 kegiatan, yaitu kegiatan pembukaan, kegiatan inti, dan kegiatan penutup. Kegiatan pembukaan diawali dengan memberi salam, kemudian menanyakan kabar mahasiswa. Sebelum memulai pembahasan materi, saya dan mahasiswa mengawali pembelajaran dengan berdoa. Selanjutnya, saya mengecek kehadiran siswa. Kemudian memberikan pertanyaan untuk mereview materi sebelumnya. Setelah itu masuk pada kegiatan inti, yaitu penyampaian materi yang diawali dengan brainstorming. Selanjutnya masuk ke dalam materi inti yang diselingi dengan tanya jawab. Setelah itu, untuk mengecek pemahaman siswa terhadap materi perkuliahan, saya memberikan latihan di mana mahasiswa menjawab latihan tersebut dengan menuliskan jawabannya di papan tulis, kemudian secara bersama-sama mengecek jawabannya. Pada bagian penutup, saya mengajak mahasiswa untuk menyimpulkan materi pembelajaran pada hari ini, kemudian bersama-sama membuat kesimpulan. Sebagai bentuk asesmen lanjutan, saya memberikan tugas kepada mahasiswa berikut petunjuk dari tugasnya. Di akhir, saya bersama mahasiswa merefleksi pembelajaran hari ini, kemudian ditutup dengan sedikit informasi mengenai materi pembelajaran yang akan dibahas pada pertemuan selanjutnya. Setelah itu, perkuliahan diakhiri dengan salam penutup. Selamat menyaksikan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you today?
We are fine.
I'm fine too. Okay. We are going to continue our study, but before we start our lesson today, let's we do pray together. Who wants to comment? Okay.
Okay, guys. Before we start our lesson today, let's pray together based on our own religion. Pray start. Finish.
Thank you, Aspirana. So today, before we start, I'm going to call your name one by one. But how about Chairman? Is there any answer?
No, but always present.
Oh, it's present. Okay. So we are going to continue our study, but I'm going to ask about the previous lesson about morphology. Okay, morphology. What is morphology? Okay.
Morphology in linguistics is the study of word structure and the relationship between these structures.
Okay, so morphology is a branch of linguistics that study about word.
Yeah.
We are going to continue our study about lexeme and word. Okay, lexeme and word. So our learning objective is students are able to explain the concept of lexeme. Okay, an example. The second one is to explain the concept of word. What is word actually? And the third one is explain the concept of grammatical word. And the fourth one is the relationship between lexeme, word, and grammatical word. Okay. Did you notice this? What is it? Dictionary. What do you think about dictionary? Yes?
I think dictionary is a tool that we can use to search a word that we don't know the meaning in English.
Okay. In dictionary, there are maybe thousands of words that you can know about maybe the literal meaning of the word. Okay. This is a monolingual dictionary. Do you know monolingual dictionary?
Just
What
language.
What language is English? Okay, so in this is some words. Is there any differences?
Yes.
What about the A? C, sound, and sing. What do you think?
That's a different word form. Yeah.
Word form. Okay. See the meaning in bahasa?
Melihat.
Even the word is different, but the meaning is
Same.
Okay. B. What about B?
To build like it. There are the
Four different words.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
the
the
difference
base word
is
is
here. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, so the difference is the word form.
Yeah, the word form.
Okay, let's see. We are going to talking about the word form, word, and also the grammatical word. So there are three terms that you have to pay attention here. The first is lexeme. Okay, the second one is word. Okay, and the third one is grammatical word. Okay, yeah.
an abstract unit of morphological analysis in linguistics.
Okay, good. So lexeme is an abstract vocabulary item. Ya. A core meaning of the words. Makna inti dari kata. Ya. Or we can say a dictionary word. Kata yang ada dalam kamus.
Yes.
Lexeme. And the next is an abstract unit of morphological analysis in linguistics. So this is the example. The words living, live are different realization of manifestation of a similar lexeme. What is the lexeme? Live. Okay. The second example, the words go, when, gun, goes in English come from the same lexeme. What is this lexeme? Go. Yeah. Good. Yeah. So next we are that. There are three terms that you have to pay attention about lexeme here. The first one is lexeme, the second one is lexicon, and the third one is lexicon. What is lexeme actually? Lexeme is an abstract vocabulary corresponding to a set of words, right? Okay. So when we come to the terms of lexicon set of lexeme. Or we can say in bahasa kosakata, yeah, related to dictionary. That's why in bahasa, or we can say in linguistics, there are two meaning. The first is lexical meaning, and the second one is grammatical. Lexical meaning is the core of the meaning of the word based on the dictionary, while this grammatical meaning is based on the context when you use the word in, for example, in a sentence. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Meanwhile, lexical is concerning lexicography or lexicon or dictionary meaning. Lexical. Okay, next. We come to word. What is word?
Yes.
Okay.
Based on my opinion, word is a physical concept that we can use in speech or writing. If the lexeme is an abstract grammatical or an abstract vocabulary, while word is a concrete word.
Okay.
Concrete concept, yeah. So we can use the word in writing or this.
Thank you, Nadia. The close one, Nadia. When we talk about lexeme is abstract. So when we realize, when we implement the lexeme, maybe in speech, in writing, or what else? In speaking, yeah? You use the word, you use the lexeme and become, real, that is word. So is it a concrete vocabulary?
Concrete.
Word is a concrete vocabulary. Or we can say a physical form of the concept or meaning in speech or writing. Yeah. And the third one is the concrete unit of morphological analysis in linguistics. And next, a physical realization. When you use the word real, maybe in speech and writing, this is the realization of lexeme word. For example, see, sees, seen, saw, seen are 5 different word forms. Jadi bentuknya berbeda. Yeah. But belong to the same lexeme.
Yes.
See. Jadi sebelum masuk ke penggunaan itu kita paham dulu maksudnya apa. That is word. Lexeme, word, and we come to the third is grammatical word. Okay, what is grammatical? Okay.
So, grammatical word is a word that have structure with certain synthetic with certain properties such as part of speech,
Okay.
maybe dances, etc.
Okay, thank you, Blair. So, grammatical word, a word that associated with certain morphosyntactic properties. Do you know part of speech?
Yes.
Only part of speech in
Eight.
Part of speech. Number 1 is
Noun.
okay. Okay, so when we talk about the word that associated with more syntactic properties such as part of speech, noun, adjective, verb, tense, and also gender, you know, what is the difference between woman and
Women, yeah.
Yeah, women.
Yeah, it's about the singular and plural.
Okay.
And the women is singular.
singular or
Only
plural?
you. But, yeah, it's plural.
Okay.
Singular.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. So, sorry, yeah. Have a look please as I usually cut the bread on the table. The word cut. The word cut used in the present sentence.
Yeah.
Because we notice here is the usually ya, yang menandakan bahwa ini adalah present tense. We can say a verb of frequency.
Yeah.
The second one is yesterday. I cut the bread in the sink.
Yeah, past.
Bentuk cutnya di sini bentuk past. So bentuknya sama, ya wordnya sama, but when you use in the sentence based on the time, ya yang muncul di situ berarti di sini perbedaannya sudah penggunaannya sudah beda ya. Kemudian the same word from cut and belonging to the single verbal lexeme cut. Ya, jadi sama, tapi ini represent the different grammatical words. Jadi meskipun katanya sama cut, tetapi single verbalnya sama, cut, leksimnya sama, berasal dari cut ya. Kemudian, but it represent different grammatical words. Jadi ini merepresentasikan perbedaan grammatical word. Okay, the second example, she is reading a book. Okay, and then they bought some books. So what is the difference between book and books here? Book and books.
Books.
Okay?
Yeah.
Ada yang mau ngomong, menjelaskan?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there? Yes. What is the difference between book and books? Ada yang mau? Okay, Suryati.
The difference, the singular and plural. Plural.
Okay.
Book just one, book is some of book.
Oke, ya itu yang dimaksud dengan kata ketika atau grammatical word ketika kata itu sedang digunakan. Jadi ada perbedaan number di sini ya, jumlah.
Yeah.
Ya, jadi yang satunya book itu jumlahnya satu, kemudian yang ini books, ya books.
Yang
Jadi
kedua
dari
satu.
satu. Jadi different word for book and books can belonging to a single noun book, but it represent different grammatical words. Oke?
Yes.
Nah, jadi seperti itu. Ya, kita lanjut ke materi selanjutnya ya. Oke. Oke, exercise. Nah, sekarang do some exercise here, number 1 until number 5 in A. Kemudian ada yang B itu yang he eats papeda every day and he had papeda yesterday. I'm going to give you maybe around 2 minutes to do it inside. Okay, who wants to do the first run, and let's see.
What is the lexeme?
Yes, what is the lexeme?
You.
Okay, what is the lexeme of some words below? No one? Okay. together. Okay, thank you. Number 2. Okay, let's see.
Rania, like singing Rania because it's
Okay, thank you, Resti. Number 3.
third singular. Plural.
Okay, number 4.
Third
Okay,
singular person or thank you. Third singular person. Yeah.
the last, number 5. These. Okay, thank you. So, let's see. Number 1. Run, run, and run. The lexeme is run. Okay, good. Number 2. That's when go down.
Go.
Okay, this is the lexeme, yeah?
Yeah.
The third things, but think, but.
Think.
Think. Okay, good. Number 4.
Dream.
Dreams.
Dream.
Dream. Okay. The last.
Talk.
Okay.
Talk.
Yeah. Tepuk tangan dulu. Okay. Now we study the grammatical words of some example below. He eats papaya every day. What's this? Tense. The tense is, what is the tense of this?
For the sentence he is papaya every day, I think the tense is present tense.
Present.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because it's marked with the word every day.
Okay.
Yeah. And also we put s after from the what is verb?
The word.
Yeah. Verb. Because the subject is
He.
yeah, the third singular person.
Okay. Thank you, Nadia. Okay, Nadia. Give applause for Nadia. Okay. The second one is he ate papaya yesterday. This one too. Okay. Sriya.
That is a simple past because we can see that the time signal is today and the word form ate, that is the verb to. So we can notice that that is a simple past tense.
So the word become ate from lexeme apanya? Lexemnya ini
Eat. Yeah.
Lexemnya ini ya.
Yeah.
Oke, thank you ya semuanya sudah menyelesaikan. Oke, now so what is the conclusion based on our material today? What is lexeme?
An abstract word. Yeah.
Okay, dictionary
Word.
Okay,
Yeah.
what about word?
Word. It's a concrete word.
Concrete word.
Yeah. The physical
Physical
form
form.
of the concept in
Right.
meaning or
Ini, okay. And
article speech.
last.
Also,
grammatical word.
grammatical word.
Word that already associated with certain properties.
Okay, good. Thank you ya. So the conclusion is lexeme is an abstract vocabulary item and it is the core meaning of the words and the word form, a complete vocabulary, or we can say a physical form of the concept of meaning in speech and writing. So and the last is grammatical word that associated with certain morphosyntactic properties, noun, adjective, verb, tense, gender, number, and etc. Okay. That's the end of our lesson today. So you can see the references here. This is there are 3 books here that you can learn about morphology. The first is Introduction to Morphology from McCarthy, and the second handbook is Morphology. I've sent actually to you in our group. Yeah. Construction books here 19. Construction books here 19. So before we close, I have an assignment for you. So make a summary of today's lesson. Yeah. Definition of morphology of lexeme, word, grammatical word, and relationship of them based on your next week. Okay? Okay. So, before we close our reflection today, so what did you learn today and why do you think this?
Yeah, we learn about the listening word. And I think it's important because we as a student, and also especially we from the English department, we should know about listening word. It is a basic knowledge. I think it's important.
Okay. Because maybe based on this lesson, you can know about the word itself, or meaning of the word itself, what is lexical, what is the lexical meaning, what is grammatical meaning, etc. So next meeting, we are going to talk about morpheme as a part of words. Topiknya adalah morpheme lalu kemudian metodenya nanti group discussion dan group presentation. Saya sudah kirim guideline-nya ya di grup. Nanti saya kirim guideline-nya di grup. Nanti kalian lihat terkait dengan metode group discussion dan group presentation. So this is the last our lesson today. So thank you very much for your coming and see you next week. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and give applause for us today. Thank you. Demikian pemaparan singkat mengenai RPS mata kuliah English Morphology dan video pembelajaran singkat. Kurang lebihnya mohon dimaafkan. Wabillahi taufik wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.